Okay, guys, hello, it's Rito here, and today we're taking another look at a Warcry Warband. This time it's gonna be Legions of Nagash. So to start off with, we'll be taking a look at all of the individual fighters, and then we'll be switching over to see what kind of list I would go with. So let's look at the Necromancer first, your only leader option for this Warband, so you'll have to bring him. Quite expensive, 195 points. Does only do 3.1 damage per action. That's on his ranged weapon. He gets the generic 2 attack, strength 3, 6 damage range attack, which all mages basically have. Not a great attack, as you can see, bad damage per point value. Though it does take 5 actions to take him down, so he's relatively hardy. And he's got very good abilities. So he has one ability to allow him to heal himself by injuring one of his friendly fighters. And another one, which is obviously the best one, which is reviving models. So when a model gets taken down, he can for a triple put them back on the field. So that's the main draw of the Necromancer. Then we've got the Skeleton Champion. He is 80 points, I think, does 2.7 damage per action. Not bad, not amazing. As you can see, it's on the average. 2 actions to be taken down has to be expected. He's only chaff, 80 points, still like a cheap model. That's good point value though. Then we've got the skeleton with spear and the skeleton with sword. Sword, slightly higher damage output. Spear gets the extra inch range, obviously, otherwise they are exactly the same. The sword then gets to a bit of a higher damage per point value because, yeah, his damage is higher, obviously. They cost the same points. And yeah, 2 activations to be killed for each of them, which I think is quite good because for a 55 point model, they have toughness 4, and that is really not bad. So, yeah, all good with the skeletons. Then we've got the Seneschal. He's like your Graveguard champion. 7.4 damage per action is really good. That's high tier. 0.06 in the damage per point value. This is amazing. This is a kind of value you only see super rarely in game. There's very few units that get this kind of damage per point value. So beautiful there. 2 actions to be taken down, but again, he's not that expensive, so that's to be expected. And then we get to the real MVP, which is the Graveguard with Great Weapon. He deals 5.6 damage per action, and I kid you not, he is the only fighter in Warcry that does 0.07 damage. I'm pretty sure about that. I will check again. Let's see. In Nighthound there's none, Fletcher Eater there's none, Mortic Guard there's none, Mercenaries there's none. Okay, so for the death factions I'm definitely sure that's the case, but I'm pretty sure it's the case for all factions. I don't think there's any fighter with this damage per point value. So the Graveguard with Great Weapon is the best bang for your buck you can get in Warcry. Yeah, obviously also only 2 actions to be taken down. Yeah. Then we've got the Graveguard with Shield. 4 damage is actually still very good for this kind of point value. And as you can see, he's still up in the green tier here at 0.04. But he just gets outclassed by the Great Weapon that much that it doesn't really matter. So there's no point ever taking the shield if you can have a Great Weapon instead. Brilliant model here. Only downside to all of these guys is actually that they only have a 3-inch move and no way to improve that. I don't think there's any, let me check. No, there's no Death Mercenaries that could improve their movement, and there's no abilities on this roster that can improve the movement, so yeah, that's the real drawback of this entire list, of this entire warband, that you won't have anything that moves quickly. Let's have a look at the list then. As you can probably tell by how excited I am about the Graveguard with Great Weapon, I would get 6 of these. I would take 6 of those, take 5 skeletons with spear, just to have that extra movement, not movement, but control. Having more models is always good, right? You can spam them, you can take objectives, you can cut off areas, and so on. You just have more wounds on the field. So I like having a good hand of chaff models, and I mean they are still not bad. The skeletons, yeah, very solid chaff models still. And then we've got the necromancer, of course. So that would give you 12 models, which is quite a lot. Most warbands don't have that many models normally. Um, so you're getting good field control. The issue, obviously, again, is that they move slowly, but you can resurrect models, which is nice, and you have really good damage output with the Graveguard with great weapons. So yeah, most enemies won't want to come into melee with you. So if you can stand on top of an objective with a couple of these guys and your Necromancer behind them, that's going to be tough for your opponent to break through. I think this might be one of the bashiest warbands in melee, but also a bit fragile and obviously very slow. So that's my 2 cents on the Legions of Nagash. I hope you enjoyed and see you next time.